Greetings and salutations. Today we will be covering the case of the decapitated head. In the quiet woods of Beaver County in the year 2014, a chilling discovery was made by a teenage boy. As he walked through the dense foliage, he would go on to stumble upon an unexpected and horrifying sight. What he found was the decapitated head of an older woman, preserved through embalming. One would assume that with the advancements in forensic technology and DNA analysis, her identity would have been swiftly uncovered. However, to this day, the woman's identity remains unknown, leaving authorities frustrated and the case shrouded in mystery. Chief Detective Andrew Gall and Police Chief Michael O'Brien have been tirelessly investigating this case since December 12, 2014. However, the perplexing aspects of this case continue to baffle the pair, deepening the enigma shrouding the gruesome discovery. Further examination by medical experts revealed that the head had been removed with remarkable precision, noting that the cervical spine was missing. These findings led investigators to contemplate the possibility that the head had been involved in the macabre body parts trade. In an effort to break the silence and find any answers that they could, Beaver County crime solvers and Pennsylvania Crime Stoppers would join forces. They would go on to announce a substantial reward of $10,000, hoping that this would incentivize individuals with vital information to come forward. This reward was only valid for 1 week. Officials were acutely aware that in this crime, time was of the essence, as they were dependent, waiting for that one crucial tip which would potentially unlock the case and unravel the perplexing mystery. After some time, Kirsten Dunstneischer, the secretary of Beaver County Crime Solvers, would state that they held the firm belief that the truth was out there, waiting to be uncovered. As a former reporter of the Beaver County Times reported, she covered the case exclusively and asserted that someone holds the key to this perplexing enigma, stating, "There is an answer." Doser would then affirm, "Someone knows who she is. Someone knows why she ended up like that." As the investigation into the decapitated head found in Beaver County continued, perplexing details began to emerge, which cast a shadow of uncertainty over the case. Chief Detective Andrew Gall and Police Chief Michael O'Brien diligently pursued these leads, hoping to unravel this macabre mystery. It must be noted that when the head was discovered, it was found 31 feet down a small hill off of Mason Road. It presented a rather eerie sight. However, astonishingly enough, there were no leaves or vegetation covering the head, indicating that it had been intentionally exposed. Gall estimated that it had been in the location for up to 1 week. This suggested a deliberate placement, as if the person who had left it there wanted to bask in the mystery they had created. Remarkably, despite the gruesome circumstances, the head remained in relatively good condition. It had been found on its left side, yet undisturbed by scavenging animals or insects. The gray-white hair still seemed to be partly styled, in a semblance which it might have bore during its former life. An extensive search of the area with cadaver dogs yielded no additional body parts or clues, leaving investigators rather perplexed about the absence of evidence. It must be noted that Mason Road was situated in a rural area, primarily used by locals, which was also in proximity to major highways such as Interstate 79, Route 65, and the Pennsylvania Turnpike. The proximity led investigators to consider the possibility that the head was left by someone passing through the area. In an attempt to capture any activity near the site, multiple cameras were strategically placed as the 1-year anniversary of the discovery approached. However, this endeavor yielded no valuable clues or any leads. Yet, Gall remains convinced that the individual responsible for leaving the head resides nearby, believing them to have displayed a deep understanding of the area and a disturbing confidence that someone would stumble upon the ghastly sight. Gall, drawing upon his notable expertise in law enforcement due to his employment spanning nearly half a century, continues to adhere to the fundamental premises to treat every dead body as a potential murder until proven otherwise. The presence of red rubber balls in the victim's eye sockets adds an unnerving element to the case, leading him to believe that a heinous crime had taken place. The origin of the balls was traced to a manufacturer in China, commonly associated with children's playthings such as jacks or gumball machines. This raises chilling potential questions about the intentions of the perpetrator. Kirsten, the secretary of Beaver County crime solvers, shares this same conviction. Her encounter with a gumball machine coincidentally stocked with small balls which resembled eyes supposedly highlighted the sinister significance of the red rubber balls found in the victim's eye sockets. This unsettling discovery solidified Gall's belief that a disturbed individual motivated by dark, macabre interests orchestrated this horrific act. Consultations with mortuary professionals further deepened the mystery. They confirmed that the use of rubber balls in the eye sockets was not a customary practice in the industry. Instead, cotton or eye caps would typically be employed. The deliberate choice to replace the eyes with red rubber balls suggests a purposeful deviation from standard procedures. While the statute of limitations has rendered the charges of abuse of a corpse unattainable, there are no such limitations for murder charges in Pennsylvania. The pursuit of justice remains an unwavering focal point as this investigation diligently explores any and all avenues in order to uncover the truth. However, unfortunately, the enigma surrounding the decapitated head found in Beaver County persists. As it so happens, in the pursuit of answers, investigators have found themselves in a crossroads with the haunting case of the decapitated head in Beaver County. Despite numerous efforts to identify the woman, her identity remains out of reach, leaving a trail of questions that demand resolution. It must be noted that the initial hope for a DNA analysis was swiftly quashed, as the embalming chemicals used on the head rendered any potential DNA extraction futile. However, advancements in DNA testing do offer a glimmer of hope, particularly for future breakthroughs, fueling the determination of investigators. Later, seeking assistance from further experts, authorities enlisted the aid and expertise of an anatomy professor and forensic artist from Edinburgh University by the name of Michelle Vitali. Based on her meticulous examination, Vitali concluded that the woman had been dismembered professionally. This is due to the particular distinctive cut marks, jagged on the skin's surface but smooth underneath, along with the removal of the cervical spine, pointed to a connection with the body parts trade. This revelation did shed light on a shadowy industry by Reuters, which had acquired several heads from a body parts broker of its own inquiry. While this revelation provided valuable insight, it failed to offer a definitive breakthrough in identifying the woman. Grave robbery was briefly considered, but no reported incidents provided any tangible leads for investigators to pursue. Returning to the location where the head was found, investigators seemed to be captivated by the personal nature of the act. The deliberate selection of that specific area where the body was found hints at a deeper motive, amplifying the intrigue surrounding the case. Examination of the woman's teeth revealed a meticulous level of dental care, with multiple fillings present. Isotope testing went on to unveil a geographical range spanning southwestern Pennsylvania, eastern Ohio, northwest Virginia, the entirety of Maryland, eastern Pennsylvania, and southern New York. Speculations arose that she may have spent her childhood in the western United States, adding yet another layer of complexity to this investigation. It must be noted that toxicology tests uncovered traces of various drugs, including lidocaine and methadone, in the remains, raising intriguing possibilities due to these drugs potentially being able to indicate medical treatment for heart attacks or palliative care. However, Gall and Dowscheiser propose a more sinister hypothesis, that the drugs were used in order to incapacitate or even eliminate the the woman. Such interesting notions also raise rather chilling prospects that a family may be unaware of their loved one's disappearance after a funeral. Potentially, they were deceived into believing that their loved one or beloved relative was laid to rest. In a poignant ceremony, exactly 1 year after the head's discovery, the unidentified woman was laid to rest in Beaver Cemetery. The solemn occasion served as a reminder of the unsolved nature of the case, compelling investigators to maintain dedication to the case. This case file has remained on Chief Detective Andrew Gall's desk constantly, due to his determination to not let the mystery fade into oblivion. He has ensured the public remains aware of the haunting circumstances of this investigation. This has gone as far as to be included on the Netflix reboot of Unsolved Mysteries, which has offered yet another glimmer of hope in providing an opportunity to reignite the public's interest in uncovering vital information about this case. Amidst the collective references to the head and or economy head in Beaver County, Kirsten has chosen to bestow a name upon the unidentified woman. She has affectionately come to refer to her as Elsie. This action symbolizes a compassionate acknowledgement of her humanity, along with being a solemn reminder that every life deserves a dignified ending. As authorities continue to investigate, a renewed reward has offered a spark of interest in the case, leading to the submission of a total of 8 tips, each of which was meticulously pursued, as investigators still cling to the hope that even a single call might provide them with enough evidence to find the missing piece of this puzzle, something which is being referred to as a magic call, which would unravel the secrets surrounding the victim's tragic fate. As we reflect on this disturbing case, we are reminded that even with the advancements of forensic technologies, we are not all-knowing or all-seeing, leading us to have to depend largely on the unwavering dedication of investigators. Yet, despite the passage of time and the countless hours poured into this investigation, answers will likely remain elusive and well beyond our grasp. What we do know for sure is that there was a decapitated, embalmed head discovered in Beaver County, and we have a general range of where the victim might have resided at some point in her life. However, we still lack an identity or even a suspect. The placement of the red rubber balls in her eyes does discount the potential for professionals in the mortuary business having been the ones to have severed the victim's head from its body. If you remained with me until the end, I thank you, and I do hope you stay tuned and subscribe for more content.